Greetings, everyone. I'm Terry Naturally. Wow, do I have a passion? My passion is olive oil. I have researched olive oil and its benefits, the health that comes from consuming olive oil. And in the Mediterranean countries, they consume a lot of olive oil. Yes, a lot of olive oil compared to what we do in the US. Of course, our health in the United States is far less than in the Mediterranean countries. Their diet is much, much better than we eat here in the US, in the United States. But all the experts that have looked at the Mediterranean diet have singled out one or two key ingredients as to why the Mediterranean diet is so healthy. Olive oil is number one. Red wine is the second one. Mary Flynn, Dr. Mary Flynn, associate professor at Boston University, has researched olive oil much longer than I have, 30 years, in fact. And a statement I'll paraphrase. I'm not going to say it exactly the way she said it, but she said, in essence, olive oil is the only food that can prevent, reverse every disease known to man. Now, that's a powerful statement made for a food. In the Mediterranean countries, they consume anywhere from 1 to 3, as high as 4 tablespoons daily, and more in some cases. I have probably tasted over 100 different kinds of olive oil. And what do I look for when I taste an olive oil? There are a group of polyphenols in olive oil that are not found in any other oil. Olive oil is an oleic fatty acid, otherwise known as omega-9 fatty acid. I'm sure you heard of omega-3 and omega-6, but olive oil and a few other oils are omega-9 oleic acid, like avocado, macadamia, pecan. They're also omega-9 fatty acid oils, but they do not have any polyphenols compared to olive oil. So these polyphenols are a huge composite of nutrients that prevents and cures diseases. In the Mediterranean countries, they have far less heart disease, far less cancer, far less of all diseases known. And because they consume a large quantity of polyphenol. And what I was saying about why do I taste the oil? Because polyphenols have a peppery, spicy taste. So when you take olive oil and you think it has a very smooth, buttery taste, that's not what I look for. I look for a olive oil that has a spicy, peppery taste in the throat after you swallow the oil. And I don't use olive oil to sprinkle on my salad, although I do, but that's not the only choice. And I don't just dip bread in it and eat olive oil and bread. According to the Mediterranean people, they actually drink it. Now, that might be strange to us because it's not a habit that we have adopted as a traditional method. They may consume up to a shot glass full every morning. And I've heard some very wonderful cases. I was in Athens, Greece, because I really like the Mediterranean countries. I do more research on olive oil. And why not go to Athens, Greece to have a journey through the groves of olive trees? Beautiful place. And a gentleman that I met, uh, a guide that was taking us through Athens, and we sat down and had a couple of espressos. And I'd like to ask, what do you consume in the Mediterranean diet? And of course, olive oil was number one. Their family had a 750-acre olive grove. They consumed large quantities. And he said, I'll tell you a story about my father. My father, 50 years ago, had stomach cancer. And the doctor gave him a prescription for his stomach cancer. Consume a cup. Yes, I said that correctly. A cup of olive oil every morning on an empty stomach. And breakfast came about 20 minutes later. But make sure you get it on an empty stomach. This might be new for you, but it's well worth you looking into consuming olive oil as a medicine, really, truly. Now, this gentleman's father now is 95 years of age and still works in the olive groves in the season of picking the olives. It's a very special medicine for most people. Remember years ago, many people consumed cod liver oil? Well, I don't like cod liver oil. I don't like the taste of it, but we did it because we thought it was so healthy. Now, olive oil. We consume less than a half a liter per person in the United States. In the Mediterranean countries, they consume about 21 liters per individual annually in the Mediterranean countries. It is deeply entrenched in their culture as a medicine. And that's why the world experts on the Mediterranean diet have singled out olive oil as being the premier addition to the diet for good health, along with red wine, because they both contain very large quantities of polyphenols. These polyphenols are nature's healers. We want to consume large quantities. Up to 1,000 milligrams of polyphenols daily would be an ideal quantity of polyphenols. I ask you to look into olive oil. It's amazing. And I think you'll get a tremendous amount of benefit from it. I am trying to encourage everybody to improve the quality of their health by adding olive oil to their diet. Now, I'm going to give you a very special offer. You can go to my website, terrytalksnutrition.com. There you can listen to my radio show. I do a radio show every Saturday and Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning. And if you'd like to listen live, you just have to be on the same time we are here in the Central Standard Time, or you can listen on demand. And you can pull up any radio show you want to listen to anywhere, anytime at your convenience. Also, you can subscribe to my newsletter. It goes out to your email address every Friday. But if you want to look at something special, let's say you want to read something special about olive oil, and in the search section, just type in olive oil. Now, I'll make it really easy for you because I wrote a book on olive oil because I want everybody to know the value of olive oil and what it can do for you. You'd be amazed. Cardiovascular health, anti-cancer, antioxidant. This olive oil is an amazing addition to the health of our body. I'm only here maybe 10, 12 minutes with you. This is not enough time to really tell you the impact and the power of olive oil. When you read this book, you'll understand why I am so excited about olive oil and the benefits it can give to you. Also, you can also use olive fruit and olive leaf extract as an addition. I like to take 2 capsules of olive oil fruit and leaf complex along with my olive oil. What a very powerful combination. But you can learn all this on my website. Now, if you go into my website where it says Ask Terry, you can jot down your name and your address, and I'll send you a free copy of my olive leaf book because I want to give you the best health possible. You and I are responsible for health, no one else. We make choices. And when we make good choices about our health, we have good health. And when we make bad choices, like consuming the American diet, having a lot of stress, we can change our lives by changing our choices, by changing our lifestyle choices. So I want to thank you for listening. Go to my website, change your life, change your health.